So I'm Penny Stuart.
And I'm David Stuart.
So obviously I'm the host this evening. So you'll already have seen me this evening, but I've also been part of Catwalk, for a few years. I was also on the Catwalk a couple of years ago. This year, it's the turn of my husband, David. Why are you taking part in this, David?
Just in memory of a few people that we've lost over the years. Inverness Cycle Club. And we lost Jeff, Ian and Mark recently, or in the last 2 or 3 years. So in memory of these guys. So that's about it, really. That's the reason.
Anyone else you're doing it in memory of?
Yeah, both my parents. I lost both parents. So in memory of them as well.
Now, we've actually done quite a bit of stuff for the hospice through cycling. We did the Everest cycle together in 2017. And I know your mum wasn't in the hospice when she passed away, but the hospice was quite an important place for her. How did she feel about the hospice? What kind of relationship did she have with it?
Well, initially she didn't want to go to the hospice because she associated the hospice with people dying, and she didn't want to do that. So, but she did end up going. She never stayed in the hospice, but she came for day workshops, and she really enjoyed it.
What did she do at the workshop?
She made silk scarves for my sisters. I think Mary will be wearing hers tonight.
Now, obviously, as I mentioned, we've had quite a relationship with Catwalk. In fact, 5 years ago, when we were sitting in the audience, I'd just been diagnosed with cancer, and David sat beside me holding my hand and saying, "That's not you, that's not you, that's not you," as we listened to everyone's stories. But that must have been quite tough for you too, seeing me go through that and then me have to be up there on the catwalk. How have you felt about that? Because you've never talked about it.
No, I haven't. Probably won't. No, I think I admire everybody that's gone through it. Although, there's a few people in the audience tonight. There's yourself, Ali, Gemma, and Joe. Have all been through it. So cancer's not the end. Diagnosis for cancer is not the end. In some ways it opens up other paths. If it wasn't for, mainly my ma getting cancer, I wouldn't support the hospice so much as we do. And then with Penn, yourself getting it, and that just reinforces it. We'll support the hospice whenever we can. And I think it's great. Tonight's good.
And the other reason tonight's really, really good is that it means David's not sitting at one of the tables on the iPad bidding for absolutely every auction prize going. So we might come out of this a bit less poor. That would be good.
I've got an iPad through the back. So it's no problem. This is our normal, where we go on holiday. It's depending what holiday's on in the catwalk, on the auction, and we bid for it.
Our last 3 holidays.
Good. All good. So if I don't bid for it, get bidding. I don't know how I ended up taking part at Catwalk. Ali was definitely involved somehow, but I'm not sure. It's a bit blurry that night, so I ended up doing it.
I think you just turned around. We were chatting one time, and we were listing the things that you wouldn't do. Like you wouldn't do Strictly, you wouldn't do Ness Factor, and then we must have talked about Catwalk, and you just said, "I'd do that."
Yeah.
I said, "Really?" He said, "Yeah," and that was it. I told Ali, and the rest is history.
That's it.